Hi guys and girls, welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining me on the Arnold 2020 Classic. So kicking off with the first story today. So this is really exciting news just announced a few days ago by Eddie Hall, and he's actually come together with Arnold to create the first Arnold Classic in the UK. Now it's really strange for me because I was only thinking to myself a few days ago, why has this not happened before? It's in many other countries. You know, it's a global brand and sports expo. And just showing you here in this video, this man with him is Stephen Alexi, and he's an English guy who runs an Experience With, and that's an event in the UK that basically brings Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, Al Pacino, and other famous people for an experience with them. Like, it's a nice suit and ties type of dinner event, and yeah, obviously he knows what he's doing. He knows how to organize big events and obviously get the right people involved. So these three actually have come together, and they've announced in October 2021 that they're going to bring the first one here. So I'm really excited, and I'm also finding it really strange because, like I said, I was thinking this to myself, why has it not happened? And I couldn't think of two better people to collaborate with because they're both sporting legends. And I'm really happy for Eddie, and I'm really grateful that he's actually done this. So it's big news. For those who don't know about the Arnold, it was founded in 1989 in Columbus, Ohio. It's the largest one that he does. And obviously this one happening this year will be March the 5th to the 8th. So anyway, I'll give you a bit more of a backstory in a moment, but I'm just going to talk to you quickly about the actual men's open bodybuilding. Obviously now, this is the biggest competition that Arnold does for the bodybuilding category. And as we know, current Mr. Olympia, Brandon Curry, also won the Arnold Classic last year. Now, he won't be defending the title this year. Many feel, including myself, that it's probably due to the amount of public criticism he's had on his conditioning and physique, with the likes of Ronnie Coleman and Dorian Yates stating that, you know, he wouldn't make top 6 in their era. So I think he was really hurt. He's angry by these comments, and he's probably said to himself, do you know what? I don't need to qualify for next year's Olympia. I'm going to focus on that, give myself all the time I need, the training, the diet. I'm going to give myself some time with my family and friends as well, and just focus on that and come back and show the naysayers and the haters that I do deserve to be Mr. Olympia. And if you think my physique's not good enough, I'll come back with an even better one, perhaps. So that's probably why he's not doing this classic, because obviously having to prep for 2 shows in 1 year can sometimes throw a person off, and they might not come in as good condition as the other one. So I can see why he's not defending it, and he's got nothing to prove really. He won 2 big competitions in the same year. He won a lot of money. He's done really well for himself, and you know, he doesn't really need to do it. So he won't be competing. So obviously that leaves the spot open for someone new, or perhaps a previous winner. So whatever you're up to, Brandon, whatever your reasons are, I do hope you will be defending your title in the Olympia at least. The Arnold Classic, I don't think we're as bothered, but definitely for the Olympia. So good luck to your prep this year, and looking forward to seeing step back on stage at some point later in the year. So anyway, obviously that goes on to the competitors. So there's quite a few people. We've got a few new people. Nathan Diasha from the UK, also Morgan Ast. He actually qualified from the amateur last year. That's why he's able to compete this year, and we'll get on to him later into the video. But I'm going to kick off firstly with Dexter Jackson. Now, as we know, Dexter, 50 years old, or 50 years young, shall we say. He's actually won the competition the most times out of any other athlete. He actually has won it 9 times. So he's showing no signs of slowing down, and that age really is just a number. And that not only does he have superior genetics, but I think his dedication, discipline and hunger to keep competing and keep pushing his body to his limits is never ending. You know, he really is hungry. So looking forward to seeing how you do this year. Definitely top 6. So next athlete, Cedric McMillan. Now this guy is absolutely huge. He won the Arnold in 2017. That was the last time he actually won a big competition. He did do fairly well at the Olympia this year, but he didn't win. Obviously, didn't come top 3. But I think he has very good size, and if he comes in with a good polished look this year, more grainy, more dry. I think he might have a chance at top 6, so let me know what you think on that one. William Bonac. Now, this guy, as we know, last year he placed second to Brandon Curry in the Olympia. He also did win the Arnold himself the previous year in 2018. So he's definitely proven himself as a champion of, you know, the pro level of bodybuilding competitions, and that he can be in top 3. And I think this year, if he's not overshadowed or overcast by some of the bigger athletes, because he is quite small in stature, despite having a huge amount of muscle in that little frame, I think he might come a bit unstuck to Big Rummy. And, you know, Big Rummy, this guy is known for his crazy size, strength and overall mass, but his letdown has always been his conditioning. He's never come in refined enough. Looking at these photos here, current photos, he's looking very good. This training video as well, he just put up on Instagram a few days ago. I mean, he's hitting 70 kilos for 20 reps very comfortably with very good control. You know, he certainly has got a lot of strength and power, and you can see why he's so big. I mean, 70 kilos for 20 reps is no joke, and this is 5 weeks out. So he's depleted and he's still hitting weights like this with this amount of control. So I think under that hoodie, there's quite a cut-looking physique, and I'm really hopeful that, you know, he's going to bring something special this year, because he's promised it to his fans before. He obviously didn't compete in last year's Olympia because he realised that he had more work to do. He wasn't ready, and, you know, he just wasn't looking good enough. Yes, you can be huge, but you need to have the proportions, the striations, the symmetry, the cuts, the shreds, the deep muscle lines and whatnot. So fingers crossed for Ramy that he's gonna prove us wrong this year, and something special is gonna come. So good luck, Ramy. Now that leads me on to Sergio Olivia Jr. Now, he is the son of the legendary Sergio Olivia Sr., who actually was Arnold's competitor in their heyday, and is regarded as one of the best bodybuilders of all time. Now, obviously, looking at Sergio's physique, it's clearly evident that he's a top pro bodybuilder and has an amazing physique and size. However, when I compare him to his dad, I do think his dad has a far better physique. Obviously, they did have a different look in those time, the ideal physique, and obviously the drugs were different, the supplements, the understanding of diet, and all these other factors did make the bodies look different. And I think Sergio has a very modern-looking physique. Not to say that's a bad thing. He has a, you know, amazing body, but personally, I don't think it's as good as his dad's, and I also don't think that he's a top 3, but I do believe he's top 6. Now, just one thing funny, this photo here is a picture of him and Joseph, Arnold's son, and again, picture of Sergio's dad and Arnold. So you can see similarities between the four guys. Obviously, Joseph's a bit younger, but I just wanted to show you that because it was funny how there's the 4 generations there, father and son, competing, which is an amazing thing to see. And, you know, I would love if I had a son one day, he would follow my footsteps and be a bodybuilder as well. But anyway, good luck, Sergio. I do think you've got a good chance at top 6, so let me know what you guys think on that one. Moving on to Nathan Diasha. Now, Nathan qualified for his first ever Men's Open Olympia last year, but sadly was banned from competing due to some issues with a drug dealing scandal. Now, obviously, it was a massive setback for him, a negative time in his life, but despite that, he stuck to his training, stuck to his diet, didn't allow himself to sink into depression, and has come back fighting stronger than ever to come all guns blazing for the 2020 Arnold. And I think he's got a good chance at it. He's a good all-round bodybuilder. He's definitely proven himself to be at the top level, you know, good size and whatnot, but I do think he needs to work on his conditioning a bit further. He's got 5 weeks to go. Looking at his current photos, looking big and strong, but the fine details need to be added now as he gets closer. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. So best of luck, mate. You've done well to get where you are, and you deserve it. Now, Patrick Moore, probably one of Nick Strength and Power's most favourite and underrated pro bodybuilder. Now, I did see him compete at last year's Olympia and thought he did look very impressive against the other guys, despite not being as big. But I do feel, looking at his photos, he does look very good. I know he's 5 weeks out, but I feel that he needs a bit more size in some areas, his legs in particular, and needs more conditioning. And now I know his conditioning is very good, but personally, I don't rate him as much as the other guys. I do think he'd be top 6, but I don't think he'd be top 3. But let me know what you think on that one. And lastly, just quickly, Morgan asked, as I mentioned before, Morgan qualified to compete this year based on the fact he won amateur last year, the 2019 Arnold. And this guy's huge, similar to that of Big Rummy, but I think he needs to work on his conditioning. So let's see what happens. I reckon he's going to be 7th or 8th, but I'm not too sure. Let me know what you guys think on that one as well. But you know, he's definitely got a good shot, and well done for getting into the top six. The men's open for this year. It's a massive deal. Now there are the payouts, as you can see. It's quite a big prize for the first place winner, 130,000. So you know, it's definitely got good financial incentives behind it, and yeah, it's definitely worth competing. Oh, leaving the domain of the bodybuilding realm and obviously moving on to the strongman section. So the Arnold Strongman Classic actually was formed in late 2002 and has steadily built momentum since there. So even though the main classic started in 89, it wasn't until late 2002 that this one was formed. And you know, there's a real big prize for it now. And last year's winner was hafþór. As we know, the Mountain from Game of Thrones. He actually has won it for the last 2 years in a row. And the runner-up to that was Martin Licis, the current world's strongest man, as you're seeing here now. And third place was Mateusz Kieliszkowski from Poland, who I've covered before in other videos, the Polish powerhouse. Brian Shaw actually came second last year, 2018, and he was actually the winner in 2017. But unfortunately, this year he hasn't qualified, losing to Martin in an earlier competition. So he won't be competing despite his special invite or rumours of that. It's a real shame because, you know, Brian has had a really accomplished career. He's actually competed in every single Arnold Strongman since it started, pretty much. So it'll be a shame to see him not competing, but it's going to be an amazing event. And every year it's just gets better and better and better. Now, I mentioned earlier on about Arnold Strongman, and obviously, you know, the fact it was formed in Columbus, Ohio in 89. Didn't mention that other countries that it also is founded in. So Arnold has expanded the brand to Africa, Australia, South America, Europe, and Hong Kong. And as we know, mentioned previously in the of the video, the UK is going to be started in 2021. So, you know, every sport within the Expo, obviously, so here we're covering the strongman, we've covered the bodybuilding, but there's also other sports. You know, you've got martial arts, you've got dancing, you've got the disabled bodybuilding classes with the wheelchairs. You've got various different types of sports and different events related to sports and health and fitness, and for children as well. There's so much going on, and it really is a huge event and a huge brand. And Arnold has done amazing things over the years to build such a good, you know, his own unique brand of a sporting expo. And just some of the things that you see going on at these events are you know, old school, they're new school. There's a real mixture of events. You've just seen come up in the photos include the trial by stone, the bag over the bar, the wheel of pain, the rogue elephant bar deadlift, the timber carry, the log press. I mean, you name it, there are a lot of events going on. You've also got the dumbbell challenge. You know, there's a lot of strength-based events. You've got the pro strong women as well. You've got Arnold's Strongest Teen, as I mentioned. You know, like he doesn't just let the adults have a play. The kids get involved as well, which is great. And you know, I just love everything that he's doing here and has been doing for years. And you know, the Ohio one, let's face it, it's the original. One day I'm definitely going to it, and if anyone has been, please comment below in the sections below and let me know what you think of it and what your experience has been. Definitely going to the one in the UK. Obviously, it's not going to be very far for me to travel to, so can't wait for that one. you know, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be huge emphasis on the strength aspect with the strongman because of Eddie and his involvement. And I'm pretty sure the Giants Live would get involved in that as well, because it's such a big brand for us here in the UK and Europe. For obviously the Americans who watch this, who may not know about Giants Live, just Google it and you'll find out a bit more. We do have Giants Live in America as well, but it's still gaining momentum. Some of the other clips you just saw were for the Rogue Record Breakers, so there's quite a few events there that are going to be putting some athletes, strength-based ones, to the test. Obviously, didn't mention there's also Ninja Warrior there, there's Spartan obstacle courses, powerlifting, Olympic sports. I mean, you name it. There really is so much. I could go on forever telling you what's going on. But anyway, hope you guys like the video, and let me know what your thoughts are on the strongman aspect. Who do you think is going to come on top this year? Is hafþór going to regain his title for a third year in a row, or is Martin gonna take it from him, because he seems to be, you know, like a train that has endless momentum, perhaps like the Juggernaut from the X-Men? And who do you think is going to take the Arnold Classic Open? Who's your top 6 and who's your top 3? For me, like I said, at the moment, I can't really say for certain who I think is going to come out as the winner of the Men's Open. But I would say, for what I've seen, I'd say my top 3 would be Big Rummy, William Bonac and Dexter Jackson. Please remember to hit that like button and also subscribe if you haven't. And also, please share my video if you liked it. But anyway, guys, take care and I'll see you soon. Amigo One Fitness, signing out.